How's it going, guys? My name is Oliver. Today I'm making a short video going over the exact framework that I use to build my agency. This is the exact service delivery that I offer to all of my plumbers for my own agency. It's how I scaled up to $10,000. It's not too complicated. It's pretty simple. It's straightforward, but I do think it's a bit more complete than what most people teach and do with their agencies. All right, so I don't just do Facebook ads or Google ads. I do the complete thing. All right, so I generate the leads and also do the appointment closing for them. So I have like a little workflow chart that I made that it goes over the exact entire process from, starting with a new client to booking a meeting with that lead with my client as well. So basically the complete overview of what I do as a service delivery. So without wasting any more time, I'll switch my camera and I'll show you guys exactly what I do as a service delivery. All right, so here we are on I changed application, no longer using Lucid Charts. I discovered this website and I do think I prefer using this one. It's called Miro. If you guys are wondering how I make my charts, but yeah, this is basically the whole service delivery. It's long, but I'll try to make it pretty quick. This is exactly what I teach people to do. It's exactly what I do as well. All right. You will probably have to switch it up depending on what exactly you're offering as a service and also who you're offering the service to. So that's going to be very important. But overall, this is like a good framework to follow as to how to run a local lead gen agency. All right. So first step, obviously we do local lead gen. All right. So that means we basically do either Facebook ads, Google ads, or anything that's related to generating leads. All right. So that can be like cold email, cold calling, or SEO. All right. This is basically the main service delivery that your agency is offering. Okay. So let's stick with all of these three, but obviously there's other services that you could offer. So once you start running the ads where you acquire the leads, with like Google, you'll have to make a landing page. All right. With Facebook, you can use their form or you can make a separate landing page. All right. Depending on what you're selling and how much qualifying is needed with the leads that you're going to be generating for your client, you might have to make a separate landing page. Okay. If you do, you can use Go High Level. It's pretty straightforward and they have good templates that you can use. In this landing page, this is very important, okay? This is something that I feel like many people are missing, and I think this is what separates like a good agency versus your everyday agency that everyone's starting out. One thing that's very important is that when you start working with a new client, you would ask him, what is the perfect client to you, all right? What's your ideal lead that I can bring to your business? Let's say you're working with roofers, and this roofer, he can do like small reparations. He can redo an entire roof. He can make, different types of roofs, like a bunch of different services related to his niche. And you ask him, that's what I do always. I ask them, what is your favorite service to deliver on? What do you want me to sell? Right? If he says, I want you to sell only big jobs with this certain type of roofing. I want to do these jobs. They pay the most and it's the ones that I prefer doing. I will make sure that in my landing page, I will qualify the leads and make sure that they want that specific type of job. Okay, and you can ask other qualifying questions that might be very important. What's your location? When are you planning on doing the job? What size of roof? What type of roof? Questions like those. Okay, that's how we can qualify the leads. And we can only do that by either using like the Facebook ads form or even a landing page, which is what I recommend. Okay. By doing that, that's how you can filter out the good leads versus the bad leads. So you would ask your client, okay, you want this type of, job, this type of roofing, this type of size, this type of budget, and this location, correct? He'll say yes. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm going to be bringing to you. So when you start running the ads, obviously you're going to be advertising his specific service delivery. And then in the landing page, you can ask additional questions to really qualify the lead and make sure that he is the perfect lead for the client. Okay, this is extremely important right here. Very, very important. Once you start doing that, you can connect the landing page to like a Google Sheets and just basically collect all of the leads. So it's all organized. And then from there, you send all of the leads to Go High Level. Okay, very important. I recommend everyone to use Go High Level with their service delivery. And the reason being is that once we have that lead list with all of the good leads, we send it to Go High Level, and then we move on to the appointment setting. Okay, this is one thing that I think is super important to offer as an agency owner. Not just you're there to run their ads, but you want to almost frame yourself as a like a growth specialist, a growth consultant. I will help grow your business. All right, so I'm gonna get you leads. I'll show you how to close those leads. We're gonna follow up with those leads. We'll book them into your appointment. So all you have to do is show up and do your job. All right, you want to offer the complete package of helping them grow their business. You're a growth consultant. Okay, so that's when we're gonna start doing appointment setting. Extremely important. Okay, it's a bit complex to do, but I really think it's worth the time, like investing the time and learning how to do this for yourself. All right, so if I were you, maybe buy Go High Level for like just a month, or use the free trial and just see what this looks like, how you can do it for yourself, so that when you do actually have a client, you can easily implement it into their campaigns. All right, so appointment setting, as I mentioned, automated by Go High Level. You can do one of two things. You can, depending on the niche and the type of lead, you can either do text follow-ups or email follow-ups. Okay, so let's say someone opts in from the Facebook ad. They're interested. Let's use the same example, roofers. You can send more qualifying questions, or you can simply text them, hey, here's, are you free on this day? They'll say yes. Perfect, we'll book you, you're booked for this date. You know, something like, it's hard for me to tell exactly what to ask, because it depends of the niche and what are the qualifying questions. You know, someone who's working with chiropractors is fairly straightforward, but someone who's working with plastic surgeons is going to be an entire different story as to what the questions are going to be. All right, so this, you have to do some research depending on your niche, but sometimes you'll have to ask a couple of more questions. Sometimes you'll have enough information from the landing page to simply just send them a text message saying, hey, are you free this day at this time for an appointment with our roofer? Reply yes if that's the case. They'll reply yes. Perfect, the time is booked on the calendar. Okay, fairly straightforward. You can either do SMS or email. I prefer SMS. Everyone's on their phone. Emails is a bit more complex, so I would stick with text, but some people or some niches would it would work better to use email follow-ups. Okay, so more qualifying questions. This is very important too. When you do text follow-up, especially text, all right, this is more for text, yeah. When you qualify those leads, or you ask qualifying questions, very important that these questions are yes or no. Okay, you cannot ask open-ended questions. Okay, it's people are lazy. It's a telemarketing text, and they don't want to have a full-on conversation with some robot or some pretend salesperson. So just yes or no questions. Were you looking to do this type of roof? Yes or no? Yes. Would you be free this day? Yes. You know, like very straightforward, short answers from the lead. We don't want to make it complicated for them. So very important qualifying questions, yes or no. And yeah, as I mentioned, try to have the lead schedule a time with your client, so that the client will, all they have to do is look at their calendar and they can see when the lead's booked an appointment with them. So it's fairly straightforward. This part here is complex. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit complicated. If you guys want, let me know. I can make a video on the type of questions, like how exactly to make this a sequence. And here's very important. You have to make sure that you have multiple follow-ups that are automated by Go High Level. Okay, so if they opt in the form, you send them to their SMS follow-up system, the campaign. You send them a message and they don't answer. Very important, you have to have some sort of system that follows up with those leads. If they say yes, we do this. If they say no, we do this. It's an entire map you have to draw out. I'll make if you guys want, I can make a video on this entire thing, like what I would do, depending on the niche and everything, but this is extremely important. Okay, this is probably the most important part, because getting the leads is not hard. I mean, if you know how to run ads, like you run ads. You run ads, you collect them, you ask a couple of questions, boom, you send it to Go High Level. This is where the complex part, this is where most people screw up. Okay, they either just stop here and they give the Google Sheet to the client, or if they do this, they completely fucked this up and this doesn't work anymore. Okay, so very important. If you do this, you have to have a multiple follow-up sequence campaign set up by Go High Level. It's not too complicated. Watch a couple of videos, you'll know how to do it, but this is extremely important. And yeah, basically once the leads are followed up with, you book them into your client's calendar, and from there, if you charge, per the appointment, you would get basically paid for that appointment. Okay, so it's not too complicated. It's like fairly straightforward. It's logical. It makes sense, We don't stop here, which is generating the leads. We stop right here, which is booking an appointment. Because if the client has to do all of this on their own, it's not an ideal service delivery. Because like I spend lots of time on this, but most people, they don't even do this, which I find like very weird. Okay, they're very good at Facebook ads, but they stop here, which I find it stupid. Because the client has to do this, which is the follow-ups, and they're not very good at it. And also they're just busy. They don't have time to follow up with the leads they're going to be generating. So you have to do this as part of your service delivery. Very important. Okay, so my recommendation, buy Go High Level for like a month or use the free trial. Test it out for yourself, see how it works, so that when you do actually have a client, you can easily more or less know what to do and you can implement it for your client's campaign. Alright, so I hope this video was useful. I try to keep it stupid simple. Again, as always, if you guys have any messages, any questions, feel free to just send me a message on Instagram. I'll happily help you guys out. Otherwise, I wish you the very best of luck, and we'll see each other in the next video. Bye-bye.